I'm Steve Reick. I represent the 63rd District here in McHenry County in Illinois. Too often we stand here before you to tell you what's wrong with DCFS. We don't need to do that today because everyone knows what the problems are. I want to talk to you today about solutions. For the first time since I started focusing on the problems that plague this agency, DCFS has begun to listen to us, Republican legislators, to the kind of ideas that we have that aren't meant to tear the agency down, but to give it the tools it needs to move forward. This isn't going to happen overnight. But we have to start somewhere, and we believe that it starts at the top. And by that, I don't mean wholesale change, because a new regime would have to then begin the slow task of redeveloping institutional knowledge that can only come from consistent leadership. What I'm talking about is peeling away the layers of administrative bloat that the agency has acquired and putting those resources into the hands of investigators and child welfare workers, where the real work happens and where that money belongs. This year, Republican proposals have focused upon doing just that. We're taking a hard look at what the agency is doing and what might be better done somewhere else. Among the proposals among the following. I put forth a bill to require DCFS to institute a case tracking system, a caseload tracking system with yearly reports to the General Assembly as to the ongoing case files, operation of the caseload management system itself, the ratio of active files to personnel, and how appropriations can be structured to incentivize caseload management. It starts with that. It starts with the ability of our people to do their jobs at the local level. Also, we need to move background checks away from DCFS and into the Illinois State Police, where they are better able to do those things. That's a function DCFS does that takes resources away from investigations. We need to initialize the movement of services provided under the Family First Prevention Services Act from DCFS to other agencies, which will avoid the necessity of involvement by the child welfare system. We've simply, recently we had several subject matter hearings on just that thing, and it was made very plain that DCFS does not have to be the agency providing those services. We think it can be done in a better place. Intact family services should be mandatory for any family that's at risk. Tom talked about his bills dealing with the involvement of law enforcement and the ability of the state's attorney to see completed investigative reports, as well as the ombudsman program. This may be a departure from what you've heard from us in the past. It is. We have often been perceived as obstructionists. We Republicans are often seen as the party of no. It's a departure because we're now finally having conversations. We're having conversations where we're talking to each other instead of past each other. The need to reform DCFS reaches into every one of the 102 counties in Illinois. Republican and Democrat, we all hear from families embroiled within the agency, and we often hear from workers themselves in DCFS who have the courage to step forward and see the problems as they see them in their day-to-day jobs. Our proposals are coming from the words of both of those groups. The Adoption and Child Welfare Committee, of which I'm the minority spokesperson, has set a tone of bipartisan dialogue with DCFS that recognizes that we have to and we can work together to solve these problems. Good ideas come from many places. The goal here is to bring DCFS back to its core mission of protecting children by making changes to put the focus of the agency back on that core mission. We're going to make a lot more progress through collaboration than banging our spoons on our high chairs and pointing fingers. These problems aren't going to be solved anytime soon, but can't be solved without collaborative effort. And we, Republican members of the Illinois caucus of the Illinois House, believe that the proposals we've described above are a really good start.